is the story of the people helping people all throughout this land of ours, because that's what we're all about. This is the story. This is the story of the people helping people all throughout this land of ours, because that's what we're all about. This is the story.
Hi, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Powered by Volunteers, and I am here with Allison. Hi, Allison. And my name is Tara. And Allison is going to tell us a little bit about herself. I'm going to ask her a couple of questions just to get started. All right, Allison, where are you?
So I am in lovely, well, actually I'm currently in my sewing room in lovely Des Moines, Iowa, corn capital of US of A, and living that wonderful quarantine life.
As we all are,
Yeah.
are. Okay, so rapid fire questions. How do you take your coffee?
You know, I don't drink coffee.
How do you live? How do you do
Well, because if I did, I have so much energy. If I did drink coffee, I would freak people out. That was kind of like a blessing that I don't.
Okay.
No, I drink iced tea, just plain iced tea, no sugar, little bit of lemon. That's my caffeine.
You're a purist. I like it. I like it.
Yes.
Okay, this is a very niche question, but you're going to appreciate it. What is the best Anne of Green Gables book?
Oh my gosh, I would have to say Road to Avonlea.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, favorite thing about Iowa?
Favorite thing, our state fair, man. Love the fair. It is one of the largest fairgrounds in the US of A. It is always in the top, it's always in the top 5 things to do during the summertime. You can eat anything fried and on a stick at the Iowa State Fair.
This is a great selling point.
Yes, literally, you literally eat your way through the fair and not necessarily count the calories because the fairgrounds are so large that you're basically exercising as you're eating. So it's fine. Plus,
I want to do this now.
As I say,
this is going on the bucket list.
Yes, it is a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Okay, cargo shorts, yes or no?
Hell no. Oh my God, no. Please, no.
Correct answer. Thank you very much.
No. Sorry, hard pass on that one.
I love it.
Which shorts basically, like if you need, just carry a purse, like a man purse, because that's basically what you're doing. Only it's on your lower half, bros. Just
exactly. They're purse pants. I'm glad. We're on the same level. Yeah.
100%.
100%. Okay, so tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Beto O'Rourke and with volunteering.
Oh, well, it all began with that Senate run, and when the video of Beto about kneeling and protesting went viral, that's when he caught my attention. And then as I got to learn more and kind of follow his campaign, I couldn't believe it. Some fun facts. Some people love Bobby Kennedy because of Beto O'Rourke. I love Beto O'Rourke because I was a huge fan of Bobby Kennedy. And just to see the correlation of going to people who basically were written off, who like were forgotten, and just made them feel like they mattered and genuinely cared and listened was pure textbook Bobby Kennedy. And so when he jumped into the race for president, being Iowan, I was like, oh, I have the advantage. I could get very involved if I wanted to. And so by doing that, it just kind of took off from there and doing what I could in Iowa in his campaign. So
I love that. And, I think that's a really cool thing that we should talk about. I wasn't super familiar with Iowa before getting involved with Beto, and you guys have an incredible level of access to presidential candidates.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what living in Iowa is like and how there's so many event things that you can do.
Well, Iowa's super unique because candidates actually have to physically come here and meet face to face, not once, not twice, but several times, in order to convince people to caucus for them. Now, caucusing, yes. Is it an archaic system? By all means. But On the flip side, though, instead of being able to hide behind television ads and just pure media, you actually have to go to the face of the voter with house parties or with actual face-to-face of constantly face-to-face events. And then convince people to caucus for you. And so that's basically kind of and getting your message out that way. And so basically that's kind of what we did. We held several house parties for Beto, which was a lot of fun, very creative. We also housed several staffers and made sure that they were fed and had like a decent roof over their head and somewhere to crash, and also, I mean, I think my mom gave out her cell phone number to almost every Beto Iowa staffer, just to say, if you need a campaign mom, please call me, and just, you know, dump your emotions someplace to vent, a safe space. And so that's what we did.
I love this. I love your mom. I've actually never met your mom, but I just love her by proxy. So
she's very, my mother is a piece of work in that she's very unique and open and giving and just wants to help everybody. So
right. And then tell us, you know, you've got to tell them about the beer machine, right?
Oh, yes. And then we always had, so my father took an old school Coca-Cola machine and restored it, but instead of storing bottled Coke, he stores bottled beer. And so whenever we would house Iowa Beto staffers, we'd always have the beer machine stocked full, so, you know, they could have a cold beer at the end of the day if they wanted to.
This is my favorite thing.
It's very Iowa, but yes.
It is. And I bet all the staffers that weren't housed at your house were so jealous. They were probably
those were the rumors. Yes.
Yes. You guys are going to be in demand once this video gets out. Every Iowa presidential candidate's going to be like, oh yeah, you know, there's this one house.
I mean, our door is always open, and that's another unique thing too about Iowa, is that even because there was a very large field of candidates, and there were times where we had 3 or 4 individuals knocking on our front door, even with all the Beto signage out on our front porch. And we were polite and just saying, they would ask us who our first choice was, and obviously Beto, and then they would want to talk about second choice, because that's kind of how the caucus system works. But even then, though, because at the end of the day we're all Democrats, we always made sure, like, do you need water? Do you need to use the bathroom? Do you want to step in for a second, sort of thing? Just because, I mean, humanity, right?
Right. I loved canvassing in Iowa. You guys were amazing. So sweet. You know, there's just so many unique things about that experience. I'm glad that, and that kind of leads me to my next question, which is, was this your first time really getting involved, or had you guys always had this kind of tradition?
You know, we as a family have been very involved from like the get-go. And I think that's just because, I mean, it's an Iowa thing to do. Iowans are super involved. We do our homework. Like, it is true, we do our homework. Like, we research and figure out what would be best. Some do it and think what's best purely for me. My approach this past cycle was what's best overall, not just for Iowa, but for the rest of the country. And so this wasn't necessarily our first rodeo, but this was a cycle where I can speak for my entire family that we were very enthusiastic. Because sometimes in the past, it's not as exciting. This one, we were very excited.
Well, this is fascinating, and I can see in the background there that your volunteering hasn't stopped, because it looks like you have some masks.
Yes.
You know, like that you guys are you making those?
We are, yes. We are sewing. We've probably sewn like over 100 masks, and it's for different reasons. My mother works as a program director for a senior center. It's basically baby boomer. It's more of an activity center. But she's doing what she can to help the vulnerable, because Iowa has our outbreak is terrible. And then I myself am sewing masks for when we go door knocking in November, because in Iowa we have 4 seats to flip for the Iowa House. We have a Senate race, we have a congressional district to protect, and ultimately to try to get Donald Trump out of the White House. So we're just doing what we can to try to contribute and make sure people are safe while they exercise and practice and play in democracy. So yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. I have enjoyed this conversation. I've enjoyed getting to know you. And, you know, I can't wait to come back to Iowa. I'm down anytime to come knock doors.
Absolutely. And you have you always have a place to stay. The beer machine will be full.
I need to experience this. Yeah.
Absolutely. Would love to have you. And I miss seeing you.
I know.
By the way.
What's up?
I said I miss seeing you like face to face, not just virtually, by the way.
I know. Well, the reunion is going to be really fun, and I'm looking forward to celebrating. So
absolutely. And as always, Beto forever.
Beto forever. It's a good way to wrap it up. And Alison, thank you so much for all that you do, and we look forward to working together.
Absolutely.
All right.